Hi folks, welcome back to Hanbleceya Ranch. My name is Jason, and along with my wife Jen, we left Chicago in the summer of 2021. We came out here to the beautiful state of Maine, where we have been carving out our own off-grid homestead. Now with winter knocking on our doorstep, we have a ton of little projects that need to get done. Now in today's video, we're going to continue our winter prep. We've got 3 projects that we've got to get done today. One of them here is behind me. We're going to be adding some drain pipe, and I'll get into why once we start working on that. But first, with where our solar panels are, we have to protect the backside of them from wind that comes down our road. Now we've built our GPS shed and we've added a windbreak wall to ensure that the back of those panels are protected. Unfortunately, there is one area that still gets wind, and so what we've been hanging there is snow fencing, which does do a very good job of breaking up the wind and protecting the panel. Now, unfortunately, the fencing has taken a beating this summer. I was supposed to take it down, but I never got around to it, and so we're going to be replacing that today. The next project we'll be working on is finishing up our cedar shutters that we made for our back porch. So the first thing we've got to do is take down this old one, get rid of it, and get this area ready to put the new one up. So I've got some snow fencing here that I've already pulled up and cut. So we're gonna pull this and go hang this stuff up. Now I will say about snow fencing, this stuff definitely works, but you certainly don't wanna leave it out in the sun because it will dry rot it and it'll get brittle and crack, and then you just gotta throw it away. So now if you're wondering why we're using a snow fence to guard this area, there's a really simple reason as to why. Our permanent solution, we're just not ready for yet. We do plan on adding some panels, and when we do add them, the rack for those panels will go in this spot. And that rack is what will protect these panels from the wind coming down the road. We're not ready to install those panels yet, and I need something that's going to protect these panels until we're ready to do that project. And this is the easiest, most cost-effective way to do it. So. All right, so we got our new windbreak up and our panels are protected for the winter. So let's move on to the next project. During the spring thaw, this entire area where I'm standing gets underwater. This is our 3rd winter here in Maine, and we have a lake in our yard. This is what we have called Hanbleceya Lake. It has formed all 3 years that we've been here. In this little spot here, this will be the last year that we have it, because we are going to get this fixed. We're going to work on drainage, but yeah, it'll stick around for about a week or so before it finally breaks through the frost and drains. But yeah, here it is. It's nice and big. We named this spot Lake Hanbleceya every spring. The water will completely encompass all of this area. It'll also come and fill up in here. Now, it's all been fun and games up until now. Reason being is we built our greenhouse. I cannot have the water flooding into the greenhouse next spring. So short of putting pumps in here, we've dug this trench. We're gonna lay some pipe and we're gonna drain this area. So we're doing it culvert style with the opening right here. We'll cover up with rock, and then the pipe will run down here and drain out there in the woods. We're using 4-inch PVC, so let's get started. So the first thing we've got to do is try to level this out, get it a nice grade, so when I put the pipe in, it'll rest nicely, and then we can go ahead and backfill it. So I've got this one section right here that I need to take more dirt out. Rather than trying to dig it, I think I'm just gonna go grab the tractor. I think I can use the bucket and just scoop all of that stuff out of there. Holy crap, did it get cold. The temperature just dropped quite a bit. I have no idea what it is, but man, it got cold quick. All right, so I think I have the pipe where I want it to go. Now all I gotta do is get all that gravel into that hole. All right, folks, so I just got a visit from a neighbor, and he surprised me with a little gift, and I am like totally beside myself. Before I show it to you, it's important to note that I am not a carpenter. All of these buildings I've built, just kind of winging it, and I know it shows, so don't hate on me, I get it. But what I don't have in my repertoire of tools is a framing hammer. Well, this neighbor just made me one. Look at that. Isn't that freaking awesome? Guys, I say it all the time that Jen and I's success out here has a lot to do with the fact that we have incredible neighbors. I can't even tell you how much this means to me. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is awesome. And the cool thing is if you're wondering why this is a little smaller, it's because I got a small hand. But for me, this thing fits perfect. It's got a nice big head. I'll show you guys this in comparison to what I should have been using all this time hammering nails on my Homestead for framing. This is what I've been using. That is a lot different. I mean, look at the size difference. Jeez. Anyways, I just wanted to share it with you guys because I am so super stoked. I mean, God, I can't wait to actually use this thing. Okay, so I've got it all stamped out and it looks pretty good. Be happy with it. Unfortunately, it wasn't long enough, so I did have an extra piece of 4-inch PVC. So I'm gonna have to get another coupler. We'll get this joined right here, and then the water will exit out here, which is actually a dip in the terrain here. So, and then it'll just drain out that way. And then I can also get all this covered up as well. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, obviously, this does present some challenges as far as driving the tractor back here. I really don't want to drive the tractor over the PVC pipe. In this area right here, it may not be too bad. There's gonna be about 5 inches of dirt and gravel over it. Down here, it's a little thinner, and I don't know how much gravel I want to put on top of here, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Okay, so after I don't know, 3 or 4 loads of gravel and a lot of back-breaking raking, with our metal rake. I finally got it to kind of a spot where I want it. Interestingly enough, this is all relatively level now, and you can see how much of a dip it really is. It's almost, I don't know, well over a foot drop right here. That's why this lake forms in this area. So hopefully with that pipe there, we can drain all that water out to the woods without having this this pond. So we'll see. Now the other time that this forms is when we get a lot of rain, and I think the last time I looked, we've got a couple of days of some pretty heavy downpours coming. I'll have to check that again, but hopefully if we get that rain, or if we do get a heavy rain, we'll be able to see how well this works out. I'm hoping it solves our problem. I think I can drive over it. I've got quite a bit of gravel on top, but we'll use it during the summer or during the winter time when the ground freezes, and there'll be no issues then. All right, well, it is getting late. It's actually not getting late. It's just the sun's going down, and I am really cold. It's cold outside, but that's okay. All right, so next on the list for the day is we've got to get some rubber and cut it and add it to our shutters. So the first thing I need to do is get a measurement on the width of the shutters. We're going to start with that first. And then I can start cutting the rubber. All right, so before I go any further, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Jen is making dinner. I am hungry and I am freezing. So we're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow we're gonna dress appropriately and get after this and get this done. So this is what we're looking for right here. Just something to fill that gap up so we don't get snow blowing up underneath the shutters. So we're gonna go ahead and finish the install on these and get these all done. Okay, so we've got the rubber strip on the bottom of our shutters. I got these as well. I do need to cut this first shutter here off, but I'll wait until I drop it for the winter. While I was over here, I also went ahead and added our latches to the shutters. Now each shutter has 2 latches, and that'll help keep the shutters nice and secure. They don't have a lot of play in them, which is exactly what we wanted. So we're pretty happy with that. Now the last thing I have to do on our shutters is I've got to add a strip here, a piece of cedar here. It comes out a couple inches. But I'm going to do that another day. We've got a lot going on right now, so we're going to we're gonna cut this video short here, and then Jen and I have got a couple of things we got to run out and do, and then get right back at it. We've got a couple more pretty cool projects coming up, so you'll have to stick around and hit that notification bell so that when our new videos come out, you guys hear about them. Other than that, we appreciate you folks sticking around and watching this video, and if you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you folks on the next video.